What's the one thing you pay attention to when you visit a website? Yes, it's the website header. It's the section that identifies what your website is all about. It's also a starting point for your visitor to navigate your website. Now, every WordPress theme provides you a website header out of the box that you can customize to a certain extent. But would you like to make a total change to your website header and how it looks? If you do, keep watching because in this video I'm going to show you how to create a custom website header with Elementor Pro. So let's start. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is make sure that you have all the necessary software in place. So in your WordPress admin panel, go to plugins and click add new. And since we are modifying our headers with Elementor, you need two plugins in your WordPress. You need the free version of Elementor and the pro version of Elementor. And you can get the free version of Elementor by going into plugins add new, and here you can enter Elementor as your search phrase, and it's already there, and the Elementor website builder should be the first search result. So make sure to install this particular plugin and then activate it. Okay, so you now have a free version of Elementor in your WordPress, but you also need to obtain the pro version of Elementor. So how do you do that? Well, it's a very simple process. All you need to do is to go to elementor.com and then click on the pricing link at the top and make sure that the plugin option is selected on this page. And here you can choose the right plan that you want to use. Once you have purchased Elementor Pro, go to your account, Elementor account, and then under subscriptions, click on the download zip link, and it basically downloads a zip file into your computer, and we need to then install this zip file into your WordPress. So once you have the zip file, go back to your dashboard in WordPress and then go to plugins and add new, and on the next page at the top left, click on the upload plugin, and here when you click the choose file button, locate the zip file that you just downloaded into your computer, and once you have done that, click install now. The final step is to activate your copy of Elementor Pro. So let me just show you how I do it. So when you go to Elementor and then under license link, you will then see this button, this blue button saying connect and activate. So click on this button and your copy of Elementor Pro is then active. So how do you start customizing a header? Well, first thing to do is hover over the templates link here on the left and then click on the theme builder, and the theme builder is the place where all the customization happens. So you can either click on this plus icon here in this header card, or alternatively you can also hover over the header text on the left and click on the plus icon. It doesn't matter which route you take. So let me just click on this plus icon. And what happens next is that I will see a site library, different blocks that are already created by the Elementor team. So I can choose between the blocks by choosing a different value on this drop down menu, but the header is already selected and we are working with the header. So let me just make sure that this value, this header value is chosen, and I can then see all these ready-made templates. Now let me just pick any of these. Let's say that I would like to use this one particular template, I can take a preview look at it by clicking on the magnifying glass, the plus sign inside the glass, and then I can see that, hey, this is the way it is going to look. And then let me just go back to library, and then I can just click on the insert link, and alternatively, when you look the preview version of this header, so you can also click on the insert link here. But let me just go back and click on the insert, and I'm now ready to start customizing this header. So the first thing I like to do is to give this header a meaningful name. So currently you have Elementor header 5038, but it's not a very meaningful name. So click on the settings or the gear icon at the bottom left, and then give your header a meaningful title. So let me just rename this Timo's header like this. And next thing I like to do is ensure that I click on the edit section icon at the top. You can obviously edit any part of this header. As you can see that this particular header has 3 sections. You have the logo, you have the menu, and then you have the contact information. But I want to make some header wide changes, so I click on this edit section link here in the middle, and then I can make necessary adjustments. For instance, let's say that I want to change the styling a little bit. Maybe your company has a branding guide and you want to adjust the look and feel of your header and make it look like your company's header with the right colors. So I can just adjust some coloring. Maybe by clicking this icon I can see and pick any of the colors that I would like to use. Let's say that I want to use this green color. Oops, let me just go back and activate this header, and the second color is going to be this one. Okay, so this is the way the header is going to look. And obviously you can do any of the necessary changes needed in your case. But once you have finished customizing your header, at the bottom left, click on the Publish button. And here you can define a condition for your header. Now, what does it mean? Well, you're basically defining where you want to show your header. So when you click on the Add Condition, you will see by default this include rule, and it says entire site. So it means that your current header is displayed everywhere on your site. And that's fine for the most parts. But maybe there are situations where you do not want to show this header. When you click on the Add Condition, you can choose a different type of rule, exclude. And for instance, let's say that you want to exclude this header on your landing pages. So instead of just choosing entire site, click on this arrow pointing downwards and choose singular. And you can then pick the particular type of page where you do not want to show this header. So for instance, if you have a landing page, you want to ensure that the visitor stays on the landing page and they are not navigating away from that page. So then you can choose landing page, and this header is not applied on, in this case, on any landing pages of yours. But let me just click on the X, which removes this particular rule. Now we are all set, everything looks fine, and let me just click Save and Close. And then what happens next is that you can preview this header in a live site or open in a site editor. And the site editor is basically the same as clicking on the hamburger icon on the left and then going to theme builder, and you should be able to see your customized header. So it's already here. So this is the process of using and customizing a ready-made header template. Okay, so in this section I'm going to show you how you can create a custom header from scratch. So you're not modifying an existing header provided by the Elementor team, but rather you are creating your new custom-made header from scratch. And how do you do that? Well, just go to templates and then go to theme builder, and next what you will do is hover over the header text under sideparts and click on the plus sign, and rather than choosing an existing design, existing block, just close this particular window, and you will then start working with your own header. And the first thing to do is to click on this plus sign, meaning this is an add new section icon. But when you click that, you will see different structures that are available to you. And we are going to build a header which has three sections. We have the logo here on the left, and in the middle we have navigation, and on the right we have a search bar. So it's quite natural that we then choose this particular structure. So let me just click this one, and then you will see that you have this blue rectangle around this header area, and you have 3 plus signs on each of the columns that you can work on. So the first section, the one on the left, is where our logo is going to be. So let me just activate this column by clicking on it, and let me choose a right element from this list. Let's see an image, and let me just drag this one into this column and drop it here, and here I can choose the right image that is going to be my logo. So let me just click choose image, and I already have an image that we are going to use. So let me just pick this one and insert media. Now this image looks a little bit too big for my taste, so I want to scale it down. Now I can choose different image sizes here on the left. Here in the image size row you can choose different sizes. Let me just pick the custom because I think that would work best. I think the thumbnail would be okay, but it's still a little bit too big, so let me just pick the custom sizing, and let me just add 100 times 100 and click apply, and it looks much better. Okay, so you may be now thinking, well, don't we have a site logo? Can't I use the site logo to add a logo to my header? Because right now what we are doing is that we have a very basic image used as our logo, and you are totally right. You can use the site logo, and you can find it under the site section here on the left. And let me just drag the site logo into the middle column like this, and you can't edit the site logo here in this very spot, and you then have 2 ways to modify your logo. Please remember that the site logo is the very same logo that you have set in your WordPress customizer. So for instance, if you go to your appearance menu and then you choose the customize option here on the left, you can find site identity section, and when you click that you will see that this is your current logo, and then you can change the logo, remove it, make some other adjustments. So that's the very same logo that you see here in the middle column. Now you can also change the logo by using Elementor. And you do that by going to this hamburger menu on the left. Just click it and then choose the site settings, and here you can find the site identity under the settings section, and just click the site settings, and you can also change the logo here and make some other adjustments. So you can use either way. You can use a plain old simple image, or you can use the site logo option in Elementor, however you want to do it. Right, so the next section is going to be our menu, and all I have to do is go to site and then pick the nav menu element and drag it here, and you now have the menu in place. Now, in case you are wondering where this menu comes from, it comes from your WordPress menu system. So when you go to appearance and menus, you can find these very same menu items that you just saw in your new header. So it's all about modifying your menu system through WordPress's own menu customization tool. So make those changes here, and they are then reflected to your menu system. There is one final thing that I want to do to our header, and I want to make it stand out a little bit better. So let me make some adjustments. First, let me activate the whole header, and then under styling I can choose the color for my header. So let me just click this one. Currently I have a transparency value here, so this whole header looks transparent, but let me just make some adjustments like this, and then I can maybe turn this a little bit lighter so that it will then stand out. Maybe this is much better, and as you can see that this color changes at the same pace as you are changing the color here in the color picker. Right, the final thing that I want to do is to add a border or maybe a drop shadow, something that makes a final touch to our design. So when I click on the border section, and here I can choose the box shadow and click on the pen icon, and maybe we could just use this default drop shadow value here. So let me just click on the canvas, and this is how our header is going to look like. It's not going to win any beauty contests, but it's a start. And obviously if you have a branding guide you want to follow, you have certain colors, certain fonts, then you will have to make your own changes to your design. But this is a start, and this is the way how you actually create a custom header from scratch. The final thing is to publish this header. Let me just click on the publish button here at the bottom left, and once again we are defining where do we want to show our header, and I want to show it everywhere, entire site. And let me just click save and close, and I can then take a look at the header in action, so view in live site, and it looks like this. So this is how my header looks, and this is the way you create it from scratch. This video showed you how to create a custom website header with Elementor Pro. As you saw, the process was pretty straightforward once you learned the steps to navigate around Elementor. Anyways, if you liked the video, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.